When you start building things with Python's object-oriented programming, you are kind of like a builder. Your classes are the blueprints for creating objects. Think of objects as the actual houses you build from those blueprints. But what are these houses made of? They are made of data. Variables are the containers that hold this data. They are like the bricks, windows, and doors of your code. Understanding how to use the right type of variable is super important. It's honestly the difference between building a strong, organized house and building a messy shack that might fall down. Getting this right from the start will save you a lot of headaches later. Imagine you are creating a video game. You have a class as your blueprint. Every player you create in the game is an object. Each player needs their own unique information. For example, each player has their own health points, score, and inventory. If one player picks up a sword, you definitely don't want every other player in the game to suddenly have a sword too. This is where different types of variables come into play. They let you decide if data should belong to just one object, or if it should be shared by all objects created from that same blueprint. This control is fundamental to writing good, clean, and logical code that works as you expect it to. In Python OOP, we mainly work with three types of variables. We have instance variables, which hold data unique to each object. We have class variables, which hold data shared among all objects of a class. And finally, we have local variables, which exist only temporarily inside a method. Knowing which one to use is like a chef, knowing which knife to use for a specific task. Using the wrong one can make your job much harder and your final product messy. This guide will walk you through each type, explaining them with simple examples so you can master them. By the end of this guide, you will understand the role each variable plays. You will see how they work together to create powerful and flexible programs. We will look at simple code examples that make these concepts clear. There is no magic here, just simple rules to follow. Once you learn these rules, you will be able to write code that is not only functional, but also easy to read and maintain. You will be able to organize your data effectively, which is a key skill for any Python programmer. Let's get started and look at the first type: instance variables. Instance variables are the most common type of variable you will use in your classes. Think of them as personal belongings. If you have two objects made from a class, each dog object has its own name and age. My dog's name is Fido, and your dog's name is Sparky. These are instance variables. They are unique to each specific instance or object of the class. They are defined inside a special method called. This method is the constructor, which runs automatically whenever you create a new object from the class. The keyword is used to attach the variable to the specific object being created. Let's look at a simple example. We will create a class. Each robot we build will have its own unique name and purpose. We want this data to be specific to each robot object, so we use instance variables. Inside the method, we will use and to store this information. This tells Python that and belong to the individual object that is being created. You can't access these variables without first creating an object from the class. They are tied directly to the instance. Here's a bit of code to show what I mean. Python class robot1 =, robot bender, bending girders. Robot2 =, robot wall e, cleaning up trash. Print, robot1.name, hash output. Bender print, robot2.name, hash output, wall e. As you can see from the code, and are two separate objects from the class. Even though they were made from the same blueprint, they have their own distinct data. Changing the name for would not affect the name of at all. This is the power of instance variables. They allow each object to have its own state and identity. This is crucial for most applications, where you need to manage many different items that share a structure but have different data. To summarize, instance variables are your go-to tool for storing data that must be unique for each object. They are always tied to an instance using the keyword and are typically initialized in the method. When you think of data like a user's name, a car's color, or a player's score, you should immediately think of using an instance variable. They are the foundation of creating distinct objects that can interact with each other in your program. Next, we will explore class variables, which serve a very different but equally important purpose. Now let's talk about class variables. Unlike instance variables that are unique to each object, class variables are shared among all objects created from that class. Think of a class variable as a rule or a characteristic that applies to every single object of that type. For example, if we have a class variable could be, every car we create from this class will have 4 wheels. This information is part of the blueprint itself, not something that changes from one car to another. It's a shared attribute. Class variables are defined directly inside the class, but outside of any method, like the method. You do not use the keyword to define them. Because they belong to the class as a whole, you can access them using the class name itself, or through an object of the class. If you change the value of a class variable, that change will be reflected across all objects of that class. This makes them useful for storing data that should be consistent for every instance. Let's use a class for our example. Let's say all wizards in our game belong to the same school of magic. We can store the school name as a class variable. This way, if we ever decide to change the name of the school, we only have to change it in one place. Every wizard object will automatically see the update. This is much more efficient than changing it for every single wizard instance one by one. Here's how you might write this. Python class wizard. Harry = wizard, Harry Potter. Hermione = wizard, Hermione Granger. Print Harry.name goes to Harry.school. Hash output. Harry Potter goes to Hogwarts. Print Hermione.name goes to Hermione.school. Hash output. Hermione Granger goes to Hogwarts Wizard.school. The unseen university. Print Harry.name now goes to Harry.school. Hash output. Harry Potter now goes to the unseen university. In this code is a class variable. Both and objects share the same piece of information. When we changed, the change was immediately visible through both objects. This is a key feature of class variables. They are perfect for defining constants within a class or for tracking data that is related to the class as a whole. For example, you could use a class variable to count how many objects of a class have been created. Finally, let's look at local variables. These are the most temporary variables of all. A local variable is created inside a method and can only be used inside that method. Once the method finishes running, the local variable is destroyed and its data is gone forever. It's like a sticky note you use for a quick calculation, and then throw away. These variables are not associated with an object using or with the class itself. They exist only for the short time the method needs them to do its job. For example, imagine a class within method. Inside this method, you might create a variable called to hold the sum of two numbers before the method returns it. This variable is a local variable. It is not OR. It is only accessible within the method. Once the method returns the value, the variable disappears. This is useful for keeping your methods clean and preventing them from accidentally modifying the object's state. Here's a quick example. In our class, let's add a method that calculates the power of a spell. This calculation might involve a temporary bonus. You cannot do this. Print ron.temporary bonus. It will cause an error. So which variable should you use? It's simple. Use instance variables for data that must be unique to each object. Use class variables for data that must be shared by all objects of the class. Use local variables for temporary data needed only inside a single method. A common mistake for beginners is to confuse instance and class variables. Always ask yourself, does this data belong to one specific object or to all of them? If it's for one object, use. If it's for all objects, define it at the class level.